Guys, Ron and Nate from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics.
What's up, guys?
Yep. Today we're shooting once again our Paludarium,
Higher.
featuring our white cloud minnows, and with the addition of the EHEIM Aquaball, actually two of the EHEIM Aquaball 2210s.
They've got numerous of the white clouds. Got their color much bolder. They have a bold color, and you know how the perfect white cloud has like a red lip. They're all starting to get that now.
Yeah, it definitely looks like their colors are starting to get a little bit more intense. I mean, that we get that from past year and a half we've had these fish. We've seen their colors get a little more intense. I also think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we removed the channel darter out of this tank that was giving these guys a mohawk and eating their dorsal and tail fins. And since now they are the king of the roost and the top dogs of the tank, they have nobody to compete with, nobody to chase them around other than for them to just basically sort out their own pecking order. They have definitely showed not only their size, some of these guys are kind of chunky, but also their color. So
there's one thing. So we took Jack out for a good reason.
yeah,
The reason was tearing fins apart and sometimes killing them.
yeah, Jack was probably the main source of population control for us in this tank. He basically was consuming the majority of the fry that these guys were reproducing. Now Nate and I pulled out about 30 fry over the past.
It's kind of good because we don't really need them anymore. We have enough. Well, we're gonna keep breeding them like crazy, but for now we don't have a lot of room, so we're gonna keep the population a little low.
Yeah, this Paludarium is based on a 20-gallon long, and this tank, even though the water level has changed a couple times, it actually has increased every time, never decreases. I don't really think that this tank holds more than maybe, my guess would be,
8 gallons.
not probably about close to maybe 10 or 12 gallons of water that's basically in this tank. With that being said, we do water changes once or twice a week on this tank. So the filters are two EHEIM Aquaball 2210s, and they're doing a fantastic job of getting the water flow in this tank and also maintaining the water quality. This tank also has as you can tell, huge colony of Java moss, terrestrial mosses on the land portions.
We have.
See up top there, a lot of pothos, some ficus plant.
Ficus is like, it grows crazy in this tank. It loves the tank.
Yeah, it grows really well. So this tank has 0 nitrates. I don't think it's ever really had any nitrates outside of the standard cycle period that every tank goes through, the break-in period.
Hey Dad, what happened to my one plant right there?
I kind of had to trim it down because it was blocking the light.
What? So you trimmed that little piece off?
Yeah.
Come on.
It was blocking the light. We also purchased some guava leaves from Tannin Aquatics, and Tannin Aquatics has a great, great collection of natural decor for, for your substrate, along with cool aquapods.
So these leaves from in the 20-gallon are from Tannin Aquatics, and we're gonna do a big shout out because they actually shouted out us. So thank you so much, Tannin Aquatics.
Yeah, it's a pretty. They have a unique product line, and I hope in time that more aquarists, start using more of the natural decor. I'll tell you what. The leaves do a lot of beneficial things. Now, granted, the guava leaves do not really produce a lot of tannin, which in this tank I don't want. These white clouds typically come from cool, clear streams, in Southeast Asia and China and so on and so on. I know they're pretty much extinct in their home territory, but they don't really come from water that has heavy tannin in it at all. The water's typically cool, somewhat flowing. In some places it's stagnant, but clear is what it is. The guava leaves also help produce a beneficial biofilm You may even get some benthic bacteria and benthic invertebrates that will find their way and will also either feed from the leaves or grow on the leaves. Now that will help you with fry production. I have noticed that the white clouds tend to go down and they'll pick on the leaves. And they're feeding on something. They may not be necessarily the leaf itself. Maybe it is the leaf. My personal opinion is they're feeding on the beneficial bacteria and benthic creatures that start to harbor the leaves as the leaf either matures or decomposes.
Probably, it could be possible that they could be picking on their own fry.
Yeah, they could be doing that, but I also know that the fry tend to, anytime we've ever captured fry out of this tank, we always were able to scoop them off a plant leaf. Whether it was a piece of pothos just hanging in the water and the fry would swim over to it and basically stick themselves to a leaf, and then Nate and I would just go in there with a turkey baster and suck them out. That's basically how we pulled out 30 fry, of which we were able to raise pretty much all 30 of them, and then once again return them back to this tank where they were born with the original population. That doesn't really say a whole lot for the genetic diversity of this tank. They probably are pretty close to the gene pool. But hey, if anybody out there has some wild-caught white cloud minnows, I'd be more than interested in bringing some new blood and some new genetics to our collection. Nate and I have been talking about building a larger paludarium. Maybe even 75 or 100. I mean, I have a back office in this basement that we're going to convert to a fish room. So we already have discussed it. We're going to start the planning stages. We'll build the racks.
It's a pretty big office. It's like the size of pretty much.
It's about half the size of my basement is my office. It's enclosed room, quiet area. It'd be a perfect place for a fish room, of which Nate and I are more than willing to get it and invest our time into. But I don't want to talk too much. I know I tend to rattle on. I'm a bit of a chatterbox. My son's no different. But this is Ron and Nate from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. This is our Paludarium, and these are our featured white clouds. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I'm going to give you a few minutes or so of just checking out the guys.
See you later. So beautiful.
They are cool. FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. Good night, guys.